My next guest is the Deputy General Manager of Tencent, Mr. Dylan Huang. Dylan, welcome. Welcome. Very happy to have you here. Tencent is not new to me. It's not new to CHINICT. You guys have been a fantastic partner supporting our conference already for quite some time. But I have to confess that as I was preparing this interview with Dylan, I learned plenty of new things. So we're going to share these things now with our audience here on site and online, and in particular for our online audience. Maybe my first question would be: could you please briefly introduce what Tencent is to the people outside of China who are watching this conference live now and who may not know how important this company is?
Yeah, so it's interesting because like when I talk to my mom, I say I work for Tencent. She always say what? I say I work for PQ, and she instantly know. That's the company you're working for. So for people outside China, Tencent is I think one of the largest internet company. We have the world's biggest IM instant messaging services for over 800 million people, and then we have our own social network services like Facebook. And then right now I think we are the biggest online gaming company in the world. And then we do have our e-commerce, and then we are I think the biggest internet media company, basically PQ.com and all the series of media offerings, including our Weibo and our video offerings, Tencent Shipping. So that's basically it. That's the company.
That's quite a big hit. What's your roles more specifically inside Tencent?
Okay, I'm a product and technology head for Tencent Media Group. So we call it online media group, Tencent Online Media Group. So we account for around 8% of Tencent's revenue, majorly from advertising. So I'm working basically the product and technology for that group. I think for past 1.5 years, I basically did the effort to transfer my group from the internet or web era into the mobile era by building few quite successful mobile products.
And how difficult is that? What was the main challenges?
My gosh, we are extremely humbled and excited by this opportunity actually. One number I can share is only one year and a half. The mobile PV, mobile page views for our Tencent News application is on par with our web. But our portal, it takes around like 10 years to get there. But in the mobile side, we only take us 1 year actually to achieve that. So it's very we see it's a very exciting opportunity here. But in terms of the transition, certainly there's lots of things has to change. Basically, we need find talent and grow the talent within the team, and the shift. I think the biggest shift from the web to mobile is from the web. You know the Chinese portal, right? So there's millions of links all around the page. And the page has like 10 page down, so you can still scroll down. There's lots of things there. But for the mobile, you have to keep it very clean, very simple. It's a huge mindset for our operation team. Before we basically get whatever people want, even only few people want. Right now, we have to basically focus to find the best content. And one day you only have like 20 to 40 news to give to your user. So that's kind of interesting shift. Before we want like volume, and right now we want quality in terms of the operation. Yeah, so that's quite changed too.
What are Tencent killer apps in the mobile space?
Yeah, so there's lots of startups, right? Weixin is basically definitely the most successful mobile app in our company. And then the biggest ones for us is always QQ, the Weixin and Qzone, and QQ Music, and all those are very, very popular. And the QQ News, I think, is like maybe in company like fifth or sixth in the company. Yeah.
So Qzone, could you tell us what is Qzone? It's like Facebook, something like that, right?
Yeah, Qzone is kind of like Chinese Facebook. Our account is all linked to the QQ. Basically, you use the QQ login to log into the Qzone, and basically you post your pictures and whatever things. And one interesting thing is because it's my belief that internet services is all cultural services, and Qzone actually has very, very special cultural aspect compared to Facebook. So, for example, we actually have a special, we call yellow diamond, sale to our customer, and they pay about 10 RMB, so $1.50 per month. And with that, you get a very, very beautiful decoration for your web pages. You can have flowers, you can have the background music for your web pages, for your own like personal web pages. When people get into your like personal page, you have all those things. It's a quite popular services in China, especially in our like female, younger girls, like those customers. It will never play in the US, but here we actually build a very successful business on top of that.
So, is it a fair statement to say that Qzone is like more or less like Facebook, but just bigger?
It's not big actually. I think 2 years ago we can say probably we have the most user in the world in terms of SMS. But I think started like 2 years ago, Facebook, because Facebook is a worldwide services. Their daily user actually surpass Qzone right now. But Qzone is still the number one, I think, social network in China, and it's even bigger. It's more. I think it's like twice as big as Sina Weibo, even now.
I understand that to conquer the mobile business, your news platform is actually a key asset, right?
Yeah, that's my job. Right? Basically, my job is to help our media group to gain customers. So right now we are building one we think is a platform. It's basically our QQ News platform. In Chinese, it's called Tencent Xinwen. And then on top of that, we have few vertical applications. One is Zixuangu. It's a portfolio. We call it portfolio, which is our financial offerings. It's quite popular, and it has actually fantastic customer feedback on that product. And then we have our like game, watch game, basically sports offerings. We call it Kanbisai. It's always number one in the in iPhone's like a sports category. So yeah, it's quite exciting. Yeah.
So you have been yourself personally spending quite some time in the US. You've been partly educated in the US. You've been working in the US and so on. So you have a clear understanding of what is going on in the US and of course what is going on here in China. Do you think that Chinese companies, and in particular companies such as Tencent, have now what it takes to challenge US supremacy in high tech? Let's not be too humble here. Let's not be too modest.
To me, I still have a tremendous respect on Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and all those international companies. And then actually we learn a lot from them. Many of my co-workers are from those companies, especially Google, Yahoo, eBay, and all those companies. So I think using Weixin as an example to explain these things is before I think what we do is we heavily invest on our cultural thing, how to serve Chinese people. I think that's our major goal. And right now I think by Weixin, our mindset has been shifted because we think communication is kind of a basic services for every people, every country in every country. So we think we might be able to have our basic services for the world. So that's our belief.
Under a different name, right? Under WeChat.
Yeah. The WeChat, yeah.
Okay. Okay. But besides WeChat, you've been recently quite aggressive on the US market with different acquisitions and so on.
So our international effort actually starts from our gaming department. So it's not from WeChat. So I think like 4 or 5 years ago, Tencent started to acquire game studios all overseas. I think we bought a few game studios in US and in Boston and in California. So the most successful acquisition, I would say, is the Riot Games, which is a producer for LOL, so League of Legends. So it's in China it's called 英雄联盟. Right now, I think it has the most online player play game in the world.
Okay, so if I'm an entrepreneur, how can I do business with you guys?
Oh yeah, so yeah, we got that challenge a lot. So people always say, if Tencent does this, what are you gonna do, right? So I think that's I think in past 2 or 3 years, Tencent's mindset has been changed or has been transformed tremendously. It's partially because of this mobile wave. There's opportunity everywhere. So I think what we are trying to focus on is trying to build a platform to help others, to help the entrepreneurs to build service on top of our platform. Tencent become more and more open. Our account system, our social network is all open right now in terms of the QQ login, Qzone, and even WeChat. We know you guys probably know we have this public account, and so we are trying to be more and more open and to help entrepreneurs to build services and to basically jumpstart your product.
Okay, Dylan, thank you very much.
Thank you.